Are women today still interested in marriage?
100%.
What percentage of modern women are marriage material?
90%.
25%, really?
Okay, maybe like
I'd
70?
say like 75.
75, okay. What does it mean to be marriage material?
I think it just means to like, if you love your man enough and like you respect each other on like a personal and emotional level.
You have to have the person that you want to love and be with for the rest of your life. That's it. That's all that matters.
Not cheating, that's a big one. Being
I
loyal.
think just as long as you like genuinely love the person you're with, you can make anything work.
Where are women being taught how to become good wives?
I'd say through their mums.
What does the color white represent on a woman's wedding dress?
That they're a virgin.
Purity.
How many women are actually pure when they get married?
Probably like maybe 5%.
No, okay, if you think about religion,
5%. You went to a Catholic high school, or like elementary, junior high, high school. How, like, no.
we don't talk about re-virginizing. I want to say a good solid 22.5%.
No, I'm saying
5%.
5%.
22.7.
How many women are actually pure when they get married?
None.
So why are we still using white wedding dresses?
This isn't white, this is ivory.
Oh, okay. So what does that represent?
That I'm not a virgin, so it's not white.
Okay. Do you think people can be sexually incompatible?
No.
Yes.
1,000%.
If so, why would somebody marry a virgin or wait until marriage to have sex? Isn't that like buying a car without test driving it first?
I personally don't think waiting until marriage makes any sense.
Yeah, but like to each their own, I guess.
Isn't that like buying a car without test driving it first?
Yeah. I think they just like the idea of only being the only person for that person. Like it's like an ego thing for men.
What is the most popular reason people get married?
Money.
Financial reasons. Because they're 30 and desperate.
In love.
I'd say love.
Are men or women more likely to marry for money?
Women, more women, all day.
Who is more easily bored in relationships, men or women?
Women.
If women are more easily bored, why are they more likely to want marriage and commitment?
Status.
If women are strong and independent and don't need no man, why does the pressure of marriage and commitment typically come from women?
They're liars. Because, like I said, I feel like it's really hard to keep a woman happy nowadays because women don't know what they want at this point anymore. I don't think.
Why is that?
I think they have come up with something in their mind through internet and they think that that's what they want, but when they get it, I think that they still, like, that's not what they wanted in the beginning, you know?
Do you think it's harder to find or to maintain a relationship?
Find.
Maintain. Harder to find.
Harder to maintain.
Why do some people let themselves go after marriage?
I guess because they're not really looking for something new anymore, so they don't feel like they have to impress anyone.
They're comfortable.
What is the difference between being comfortable versus being lazy?
I think as long as you're still confident in yourself, you're comfortable. I think once you let yourself go past what you're comfortable with, then you're lazy.
Yeah.
Do you think it's harder to find or to maintain a relationship?
Tough question, though. Yeah, hard to find, definitely hard to find.
Why do some people let themselves go after getting married?
Because you get lazy and you order Domino's, McDonald's, Deliveroo.
And then you have a baby as well.
Why do some people let themselves go after marriage?
Because they feel comfortable.
What is the difference between being comfortable and being lazy?
I think.
Oh, do you want to go?
Or you can go.
I was going to say being lazy is not adding into anything and then also just like letting yourself go personally.
Yeah, like being lazy is just like not putting in any effort anymore.
Yeah.
What is the difference between being comfortable and being lazy?
It's the same.
Same, yeah, same.
Do you think marriage encourages people to become lazy?
Probably.
Yeah.
We haven't found out yet. We're only an hour in. Probably.
Do you think women care more about getting married than they care about being married?
Yeah, 100%.
Why is that?
Because they want the big fancy wedding and the party.
But they don't want to be wives?
Yeah, pretty much.
What are your thoughts on the expression happy wife, happy life?
I was going to say, I hope so, but yeah.
Why not happy spouse, happy house?
Yes, exactly. What about that?
But the women are in charge, right? Come on.
Is marriage 50-50?
Yeah. Yes.
I hope
Yeah.
so.
What are your thoughts on the expression happy wife, happy life?
I think it's accurate.
Why not happy spouse, happy house?
Okay, that's more accurate.
It's both ways.
So why don't we have happy spouse, happy house?
I don't know. It's women who feel that they should just be happy, and not.
Isn't that kind of selfish?
Yes, it is.
Isn't that relationship doomed to fail?
Yes.
Is marriage 50-50?
No.
Who carries more of the burden?
The man.
How so?
Well, if he's a working man, he's out in the field more working and taking care of the responsibilities of the home.
They are the sole provider of the household, and along with that, all the other things that come with being the sole provider of a household. So,
Are men still expected to be the sole providers?
I would say it depends on background and culture. I would still lean more towards yes in this society. You do have a lot of women out there that can hold it down on their own. Now, those are proven facts. A lot of women now don't need men, but I would still say that for the majority of women, they do rely on men to hold it down.
So then what would be the incentive for a man to get married?
To have children.
Is there anything a married couple can do that an unmarried couple can't do?
No.
So why would a man need to get married if he can have children without being married?
Well, out of wedlock.
I mean, I think the incentives for anyone to get married are a loving relationship and to start a family.
Yeah.
Is there anything a married couple can do that an unmarried couple can't do?
I don't think so. I think it just signifies a bigger commitment.
Yeah.
What are the incentives for a man to get married?
Realistically, there aren't any.
Is there?
Show us your boobs.
Oh, no, thank you.
That's how you handle catcalling.
Exactly.
I love it. I love it.
That's, yeah, men, no incentives.
I love how you handle that. That was great. Okay. Is there anything a married couple can do that an unmarried couple can't do?
No. Really?
Yeah,
like, if
no.
you think about it, no. Like, if you're dating and then you get married, like, nothing should really change. Except for, like, the status.
Should the over 50% divorce rate be a concern of his?
That's
yeah.
a thing.
Yeah.
Is marriage a wise financial decision for a man?
I mean, there's tax breaks for it, so.
Yeah.
Should the over 50% divorce rate be a concern?
I think so, yes, but I also think a lot of people now are more getting used to the idea of commitment.
Yeah.
Okay. Should the fact that divorce laws favor women be a concern?
Divorce laws in certain cases do favor women, especially with families, but in a lot of situations they can be just as favorable to the man.
Yeah.
Women typically get alimony and child support. Men typically have to pay all this money and lose half of their stuff. Should that be a concern of men getting married?
If they're confident in love, then they shouldn't worry.
Right, but I mean, do you think that anyone who ever got divorced wasn't in love going into it?
No.
Yes, sometimes.
If
Right.
people use them.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, if there's no incentive for a man basically to get married, why should a man risk losing half of everything he has for something that doesn't really benefit him?
Well, why should a woman?
Because men typically are the ones with more assets going into marriage than women are?
Not in this day and age.
Really? So you think that most women will marry a man who has less than she does? That doesn't typically happen. Most
I
women
would.
women are more likely to marry for money, and they've done that throughout history, don't you think?
Yeah, but I think times are changing and women are getting more opportunities.
Do you think that hypergamy, also known as marrying up, is learned or natural behavior?
I was going to say natural.
That's
It depends on,
It's societal.
I was going to say it depends on how you're raised.
Well, no, because you're like, your type is based off of what society tells you your type is.
Do you think that the Cinderella story or romantic comedies have had any influence?
A little bit.
No, 100%.
I mean, don't women want to marry a rich prince?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so aren't women kind of like encouraged to like look for the highest, status guy they can find?
No, but I feel like there's a lot of women out there that want to be like bigger for themselves and don't want to be like belittled by a man. So why would you put yourself in the perspective of like they're doing better than you?
Okay. Is asking to sign a prenup considered insulting?
No.
I don't think so. I think
No.
prenup should be discussed between every couple.
Why wouldn't a woman be in favor of a prenup to reassure her man that she's not marrying him for his money?
I guess she doesn't want to seem like a gold digger.
So wouldn't it make more sense for a woman to be the first one to bring up a prenup?
Yeah, they should.
So why don't they?
I guess they're trying to save face and not seem as a gold digger.
When it comes to relationships, why won't women go half on anything financial except divorce?
Technology and culture. Women are pretty much trained through technology and Instagram and stuff to have the guy cover everything. The thing is that some of these guys are doing it.
No, I think that's starting to change.
How so?
Like, personally, I know a lot of my friends have started, like, when they go out with their boyfriends, they split everything 50-50. Like, they'll get separate checks. Even if they've been dating for 5, 6, 7 years, they'll split everything 50-50.
I'm the kind of person that just likes to buy everything because it's
like,
how
I feel
I
guilty.
show my appreciation. I also feel, guilty, yeah.
If a guy gives you an engagement ring and he calls off the engagement, should you give the ring back?
Depends on what the guy did. If he cheated, no.
If a guy gives you an engagement ring and you call off the engagement, should you give the ring back?
Yes.
If a guy gives you an engagement ring and he calls off the engagement, should you give the ring back?
No.
Yes. Oh.
If he calls off the engagement ring, that's yours.
The engagement ring?
All right. If a guy gives you an engagement ring and you call off the engagement, should you give the ring back?
Yes. I think it goes both ways.
No, because if he's the one that calls off the wedding after giving it to you, that's not a you choice and it's considered a gift.
Me personally, I give it back.
I wouldn't.
If marriage is supposed to be an equal partnership, why does a woman get an expensive engagement ring but a man doesn't?
I mean, I think that's just like systemic. Like that's just what's happened for the last 1,000 years.
But like I feel like the man's wedding ring is the one that is more expensive than the female wedding ring.
And it's more symbolic, but you know what I find funny is that men don't wear their wedding rings.
That is also
true.
A
lot
of
men don't.
Actually, related to that, why is it that a woman will wear a fake wedding ring to repel men, but a man will wear a fake wedding ring to attract women?
You know what's so funny? I'm wearing one right now.
Why is that?
I think it just is like, for me, like, it's just a thing to like keep the weirdos away.
Right, but are you aware that the opposite is true for men?
Me personally, not. Like, I can see it in, like, other women because it's just kind of that, it's more of the factor of, like, you can get what somebody else has. And, like, sometimes, like, that feels good. Like, you always want to come out, like, the winner, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you always want to.
So it's competition. And, like, if you feel like you're doing better than somebody and you can get what they have, it feels good. But for me, it's just, like, nah, like, don't talk to me. You're in a committed relationship. I'm good.
Do you think it's true that women generally want what they can't have?
Yes.
Yes.
So then wouldn't you say that chasing women is terrible advice for men?
Yes.
Because if he chases you, he's telling you, you can have me.
I think a lot of women will want what they can't have, but a lot of men will not take a no from a woman that they would respect it from a man.
Yeah.
Why are there women quick to reject a man that lives with his mom, but quick to accept a man that lives with his wife?
Because women suck.
I guess because there's a stigma if you live with your mom, then you're a bum, but I don't believe that, but a lot of women think that.
Would women prefer to be the emperor's mistress or the peasant's wife?
Probably the emperor's mistress because I guess it's like a higher...
So women would rather share a high-value man with another woman than have an average man all to herself?
I feel like a lot of women would want that, probably, most likely.
It sounds like most women are gold diggers, huh?
There's a lot of those out here.
Is giving birth more of a privilege or burden for women?
Burden.
Is providing for a family more of a privilege or burden for men?
A privilege.
How likely are men to leave if their wife can't bear children?
Most likely.
How likely are women to stay if their man can't provide?
Not likely, nah.
Can we conclude that providing is more of a burden for men because women are less likely to stay?
Yes.
Can we conclude that providing is more of a burden for men because women are less likely to stay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't marriage vows say for richer, for poorer, and sickness and in health?
Yes. A lot of people don't abide by that.
Why do so many women feel the need to proudly announce that they don't need men when plenty of women still want men?
Because
I
we
think
don't need
because women have been in a position for so long where they couldn't do anything without a husband that it finally feels freeing that they don't need one.
I'm guilty of that.
I think it's an ego thing.
What purpose does that serve?
I think it just makes you feel better about yourself.
Because like men have this really bad habit, no offense to men, of tearing women down. And so then when you're like, I don't need a man, you're basically just being like, I don't need to take the bullshit that men like give me.
Yeah, like I have a tattoo on my back that says you're much more than that, and it's basically just saying that like women are perceived more as like a body or like a pretty face. So it just like is a nice reminder. So I think it's more of that aspect.
If women often objectify men financially and see them as success objects, why is it wrong for men to objectify women sexually and see them as sex objects?
Because women want their cake and to eat it too, and want to complain about everything and male bash.
So what advice would you give to the men who don't trust women?
Keep your guards up.